on the clown skin and who exactly it is. You may have seen a few of them, like this one right here. I'll put up a few thumbnails. There seems to be this giant theory that it's actually Pony, and we'll get into why a lot of people think that is. However, it isn't Pony. It's actually someone else that we'll talk about. I'll explain everything in this video, as always. Don't worry about that. And we're going to try to solve once and for all who exactly is behind the clown makeup. So let's go ahead. Let's get into this. Also want to throw in real quick, a lot of people have actually said that I'm like the Roblox Piggy version of MatPat, you know, the game theorist. You know, I love that. All right, I will gladly accept that badge of honor. So thank you for that. Also, real quick, I do want to remind you guys that the new Piggy update is actually coming out either tonight or tomorrow, and we're of course going to be streaming it like pretty much all day long. So make sure you guys are subscribed so you don't miss out on our live streams. We're gonna be doing Robux giveaways, and I don't know why I showed these on the screen. I just have a lot of Robux, and we're gonna be giving them away. So subscribe and come to my live streams. Go to my live streams. Get Robux here, kids. You want some Robux, kids? Here, I have a little bit of Robux, kids. Don't tell your parents. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Robux. Okay, come to my live stream. Meet me out behind Burger King. You know, after like 8, I'll give you a little bit of Robux, man. Anyway, let's get into this video because you guys probably like Creekcraft. All right, stop talking. Let's talk about this clowny stuff. So let's do it. So before we talk about who Clowny actually is, I do want to tackle this giant myth that Clowny is actually Pony in disguise, and well, he's not. Okay, let me explain why. So there's this giant myth going around, especially on YouTube, that Clowny is actually Pony in disguise, and what it stems from is, well, in Peppa Pig, Clowny is actually, yeah, he is Pony. There is a Peppa Pig episode where Pony does in fact dress up in a clown outfit with clown makeup, and he appears to be Clowny. Obviously, it's up there on the screen so you guys can see it. And since Minitoon does draw a lot of inspiration from Peppa Pig, I mean, obviously it's Peppa Pig. It's a Peppa Pig game, I mean, obviously it draws inspiration from it. That's just pretty obvious. So a lot of people have made the connection that Pony is actually Clowny, especially because Pony does show up at the end of the chapter mysteriously. Oh, they're in the same place at the same time. How mysterious. The other comparison I see between these two is that their face shape is kind of similar in a way. For example, the hair could be covering up Pony's ears, and maybe that's why Clowny actually wears the hair on top of the head. And then the other big one is obviously the nose. Pony obviously has a pretty big nose, and well, you know, Clowny also has a really big red nose because he's a clown. So I mean, that's another factor. Also, the fact that Pony has flushed cheeks. He has little round spots on his cheek because he's always looking at Izzy, so he's always blushing. And well, if you look at Clowny, you'll see the exact same spots. Well, man, I guess that sells it. Pony is Clowny. No, he's not. I mean, I guess he could be, but I don't think it makes sense. I don't think Pony's a psychopathic, clown. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but maybe. I mean, I guess you could think that, but I have a better idea. What if I told you I know exactly who Clowny is? And no, it is not Zizzy's secret boyfriend lover that's actually a horse in a Roblox game called Piggy. It's not that. It's someone else. Someone that's actually not yet in the Piggy game yet, probably for good reason, because they're actually already Clowny. So let's talk about it. So first, let's take a good look at Clowny. I'll put him up on the screen. So Clowny actually appears to be human, and obviously this is a little bit tough to tell because a lot of the animals in Piggy, well, they don't actually look like animals. They actually kind of just look like humans. Like, for example, Mousy is like a humanoid mouse, and, you know, those don't really exist. So while it's entirely possible that Clowny is just some sort of human clown that went crazy or maybe got infected and worked at the carnival, I don't think it is, considering that we're the only human that is confirmed to be in the series so far, and literally every other character we have found is also an animal and not a human like us. So the chances of this being another human is very, very low, considering that we haven't ran into a single other human in the entire game. So I'm going to say that Clowny is not a human just based on probability. It's probably not a human. Also, I'm pretty sure that Minitoon confirmed in a live stream. I don't have the clip, unfortunately, because it was like a 2-hour live stream, but I'm pretty sure he confirmed that we are the only human in the game. So he's not a human. So Clowny has to be an animal, probably wearing makeup, because that's what clowns do. So what kind of animal could Clowny be? So I mentioned this before, but the blue hair on top of Clowny's head, I believe there's actually ears in there, and the reason why he wears that hair there is simply because he wants to cover up the ears. When it comes to putting on makeup, a lot of it is down to actually covering up features that you have and making it look like different stuff. For example, wearing a bald cap to cover up your hair. So what, you know, Clowny does here is he's wearing hair to cover up his, or I guess her, ears, because it's never actually confirmed if it's a guy or a girl, so I guess it could technically be a girl too. And like mentioned before, Clowny does have...
Well, I think it's a boy because it has a boy laugh.
have these bright, puffy cheeks that extrude from his face or her face, along with a big nose that he's covering up, or her, with a giant red nose that's a clown nose. So considering that it's no character that's already in the game, that means it has to be some sort of character from Peppa Pig. So what I did was I went through and I looked through every single Peppa Pig character that is not yet inside of the game. And what I found was actually a character that is actually very similar, almost identical to how Clowney is. And that character is Wendy Wolf. No, I know you guys are thinking, holy snap, Creekcraft, this is again really bonkers. It's a wolf. Like, what the what? You gotta explain, Creekcraft. And yes, I will. So keep in mind that the characters in Peppa Pig, whenever they're converted to Piggy, they don't exactly look like their original selves. Like, for example, here's Penny and here's Peppa Pig. Obviously, there's a big difference there in how they exactly look. So now the question is, what exactly would Wendy Wolf look like if she was inside of Piggy? Well, luckily, one of our friends actually already made that. So you guys know the Piggy custom characters game by Tenuous Flea. He's the guy who made the Billy skin in chapter 12. Well, he's actually already made Wendy Wolf into a skin, and check this out. I'm gonna put up the skin of Wendy Wolf, and as you can tell, it's very similar to Clowney. We have the giant pink fluffy cheeks, puffy cheeks. We have the giant black nose that she could easily cover up with a giant red nose cover, just like clowns do. And then guess what? Right on top of her head are two pointy ears that could easily be covered up by clown hair. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Well, Creekcraft, what about Wendy Wolf's tail? Wendy has a tail, and Clowney doesn't have a tail. What's up with that? Well, I actually think this one's pretty simple. I think Clowney, if it is actually Wendy Wolf, which I'm pretty sure it is, probably just put the clown, you know, the clown. This one's actually pretty simple. I think Wendy Wolf simply put the towel in the pants. I mean, it's very simple. If you're wearing a towel, well, you just stuff it in your pants. Problem solved. It's hidden. There you go, dude. I know a lot of people that actually do that well, I actually don't know a lot of people that do the IRL, but I mean, there's certain people that do dress up as furry animals, and they sometimes hide the tail in their pants, and that happens. We're not going to talk about that, though. But after going through every single Peppa Pig character, I am pretty sure that the closest answer we have to who exactly Clowney is exactly Wendy Wolf. But I want to...
Well, Wendy Wolf is not a boy, and she's a girl, and Clowney has a boy mouth. I mean, a boy laugh, so that can't be true.
Your thoughts on this? What do you guys think down below? Do you guys still think that Pony is in fact Clowney? Do you agree with me that Wendy Wolf could actually be Clowney in disguise?
No, I don't.
Maybe that's what Wendy Wolf has been up to.
Well, Wendy Wolf could not be Clowney because Clowney's a boy and Wendy Wolf's the girl, and Clowney has a boy laugh and Wendy's a girl, so that means, no, it's just not true. Sorry.
This whole time because she's not even in the game yet, so maybe that's it. Maybe that's the answer. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Like I said, we are going to be playing through all the Piggy stuff today with the brand new update that's going to be coming out today. It's going to be awesome. We got 3 new cutscenes. We got 2 new skins. It's going to be amazing, so make sure you're subscribed for that. And of course, keep using star code real quick when you're buying your Robux. Buying your Roblox Premium helps me out a lot. Allows me to just buy all these Robux codes. See out you guys. So thank you guys so much for that. But as always, stay safe and keep playing some video games. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
But hey, that's just a theory.
It's Black Friday all month at Gerhard's Appliance.
Want to safely fry that turkey this year?
Well, with this GE stainless steel air fry range, you can for only $6.49.
Your choice, gas or electric.
Black Friday's on now at Gerhard's.
A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so I believe that I have found out the true identity of the memory skin inside of Roblox Piggy. I've been doing some digging, I've been watching some interviews, watching some videos by Minitoon, and I believe that I've figured out who exactly the memory skin is referring to inside of the game. No, right off the bat, I do want to say that it is not Penny. It is not Peppa Pig. That is not who the memory skin is. No, there is a lot of information for me to go over. I've collected it all for like the past few hours, so let's go ahead and let's get into this. Also want to say real quick, congratulations to these guys on screen for winning winning our Robux code giveaway from yesterday. Of course, if you would like to win one of these Robux cards, all you got to do is be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down below with your Roblox name, your Discord name, Twitter name, or some way for me to contact you. So go ahead and subscribe, and let's get into this. Now, as well, I would be using the memory skin in the gameplay footage in the background, but unfortunately, whenever I was recording this in build mode, the memory skin wasn't loading properly, so I had to use a different skin. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay footage in the background anyway. But okay, enough talking. Let's talk about the memory skin. Let's get straight on into the meat of this conversation. So the memory skin came out very early on inside of Roblox Piggy's life cycle. It came out in the first few chapters, and it wasn't until the distorted memory chapter that we actually saw it as a bot in the game. It actually became a canon skin in the game. Other than that, or before that, I should say, it was kind of just like a fun skin that, you know, they added into the game just to play around with. And ever since it popped up in distorted memory, everyone's been asking, who exactly is the memory skin? Who is it referring to? Why do they look all weird and distorted? So like I said at the beginning of the video, it is not Peppa Pig. It is not Penny Pig. Now, just for the people that don't know, Penny Pig is Peppa Pig, so if I refer to either one of them, they're the same character. Minitoon just calls Peppa Pig Penny just for copyright reasons because he doesn't want to get sued. As you all know, though, in the distorted memory chapter, George Pig is being chased by Memory Pig before he escapes the map, and then when he escapes the map, he finds Penny, and then that whole dream sequence plays out. So now the question is, if Memory Pig is not Penny Pig, who exactly is it? Well, I've been doing a lot of research online. I've done some digging, and apparently in an interview inside of a video, I couldn't find the exact timestamp because Minitoon has done so many interviews, like literally like 5 hours worth of interviews. I'll have a link to his channel down below if you want to scrub through and find it though. But Minitoon said in an interview that the Memory Pig is actually a member of George's family. He also said that it is not some sort of skin based on a creepypasta or some fan-made version of Piggy. It's just a skin that he kind of dreamed of one day when he was sleeping, and he's like, hey man, that'd be cool to put into the game. So if Memory Piggy is a member of George's family, that means it has to either be, well, let's go through these. We've got Penny. All right, we've already determined it can't be her because she has her own skin. Also want to say real quick, there are two Peppa Pig / Penny Pig skins in the game. There's the one that is in chapter 1. That's the original one. And then there's the updated one inside of the distorted memory. And the distorted memory one is the canon one. The one made at the beginning of the game, obviously this was made before the story started taking place. So don't worry about that one. This one right here on screen, this is the Penny Pig Peppa Pig skin. Anyway, though, we know it can't be her because she shows up in chapter 1. All right. And of course in the distorted memory too. So it can't be Mom Pig either. All right, because she shows up in chapter 2, and it also can't be Dad Pig because he shows up in chapter 3, the gallery. Now, before George was shown to be alive, a lot of people thought it was in fact George, but obviously George is still alive too, so it can't be George either. So that eliminates his family, like the household family. So that also, we got to look at the immediate family, like the household family, none of them. So it has to be some sort of the immediate Piggy family. So I see a lot of people bring up this character here, Baby Alexander. Now, I hear a lot of people wanting a Baby Alexander skin into the game, and actually Minitoon has commented on this and said that he doesn't want to add Baby Alexander into the game, so I don't think it's Baby Alexander based simply on what Minitoon said. So I'm pretty sure we can cross Baby Alexander off the list. Also, Baby Alexander is also 0 years old. He was literally just born. He's basically a baby. There's no way it's him. It's not Baby Alexander. So that leaves Grandpa Pig and Grandma Pig. Now, Grandma Pig is of course inside of the city. She runs a poutine shop inside of the city, and she has her own skin, so it can't be her. So you're probably thinking, wow, okay, we just narrowed it down. It has to be Grandpa Pig. Grandpa Pig has to be the memory skin. That's the only thing that makes sense. Now, you would be wrong. It's not Grandpa Pig. I'll tell you why here in a second, but I can certainly see why you would think that. Grandpa Pig has, oddly enough, not shown up in the game at all. Not a single character has mentioned him. He hasn't shown up in pictures. He hasn't shown up in photographs. Not even inside of Grandma Piggy's poutine shop. There was no reference to Grandpa Pig at all. As far as the Piggy storyline goes, he just does not exist. Maybe he's going to show up in Piggy 2. We'll have to wait and see. But for right now, it's not Grandpa Pig. That's not the memory skin. And he doesn't show up in the game at all. Okay, so it's not Grandpa. It's not Grandma. It's none of these other characters. So who in the world could it possibly be? And why do we know it's not Grandpa Pig? Tell us, Creecraft, why is it? Now, of course, throughout my hours of digging on this character, apparently inside of another video or interview, again, I couldn't find the exact timestamp because Minitoon has done so many of these things, but he also referred to memory. Whenever he was talking about it, he referred to it as a she. He referred to the memory skin as a her, meaning that the memory skin is female. Now, a lot of people have automatically assumed that the memory skin is female just based on kind of how it looks. It does kind of have like that female vibe, female kind of like look to it. So you're not wrong. If you thought it was female, you're not wrong. It is. So out of all the other characters inside of the Piggy family, that only leaves two. We have Chloe Pig and we have Auntie Pig. The memory skin has to either be Chloe or Auntie. So let's break this down a little bit further. There's actually one really easy way to tell which one it is and which one it is not here. So if we look at the skins inside of Piggy, the canon skins, not the ones that you can select as, you know, as the player skin or anything, but the canon skins in the actual game, every character that is a kid, you know, like 7, 8, 9, 10, is a lot smaller and a lot shorter than the other characters. For example, if you put George up next to Mr. P or up next to Foxy or up next to even you, he appears a lot shorter simply because he is still a kid. A lot of the other characters are now, you know, older teens, young adults, etc. Like Doggy is obviously a young adult here. No, Chloe Pig is a kid. According to the Peppa Pig wiki, she's 9 years old, which means her skin would be a lot shorter than the rest of them. And since the memory pig is an absolute tank and it is huge and tall, that means it can't not be Chloe Pig, because then it would be shorter. So of course that only leaves one skin, that only leaves one character, and that is Auntie Pig. Memory has to be Auntie Pig. According to what Minitoon has said about the character and the process of elimination, this is the only character left. It has to be the Auntie Pig. Now, according to the Piggy Wiki, Auntie Pig is the aunt of Peppa Pig and George Pig. She's the mother of Chloe and baby Alexander, and of course the wife of Uncle, and she's also, you know, she's in the family. Now, how in the world this makes sense, how in the world that the Auntie Pig got infected, or why in the world she's showing up inside of George's dreams, I actually have no idea. Maybe we'll get more information on.
Well, I know this is a flamethrower, but I'm just gonna make it into a gun.
That in Piggy 2, perhaps? Maybe Minitoon will just straight up come out and say, like, hey, you know what, the memory skin? Yeah, it's actually Auntie Pig. Or maybe it's another character that we haven't even seen yet. But as of right now, all the evidence and everything that Minitoon has said, everything I've found digging online, it all points to Auntie Pig being the
Okay, this is a gun now.
memory scan. So let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. I know I threw a lot of information at you guys, so hopefully you followed along okay and just wow. I'm going to be reading through all your comments, so leave your theories and suggestions down below, and also leave some suggestions on some other videos and theories you want to see me do videos on. Are there any other characters you have questions on? Any other theories you'd like to see me cover in videos? Let me know down below. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and keep using star code Real Creek when you're buying your Robux, buying your premium. It helps me out a lot and allows me to just keep buying these Robux codes. Think about it, you guys. I've literally spent like over $4,000 on Robux codes, giving them out, so keep using that star code. Of course, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next
Your optimal bedtime is probably 1.5 to 3 hours earlier than you think it is, than your current bedtime is. And it's massively interfering with your sleep quality and your daytime energy levels. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I know that might sound like a bold claim, but I'm going to show you the science to back that up. Before we get into this, I want to mention, if you've been struggling with your sleep, if you've been struggling with your daytime energy levels, and especially if you've been struggling with both of those two things, go check out our sleep and circadian rhythm optimization protocol. You can see it at theenergyblueprint.com/sleep-fix. Many people think that they're night owls, and they think that their natural pattern, their natural chronotype, or their natural bedtime is later, much later in many cases, than it actually really is.
And the only
Now, the
night
reason
owl
why is that this has
here.
more to do with
Night owl.
lack of sun and natural light during the day and too much artificial man-made light at night. In other words, a disrupted circadian rhythm, which is the biological clock in your brain. Your natural and your optimal circadian rhythm, what's going to be better for your sleep and your energy levels and your mood and your quality of life, as well as helping to prevent numerous diseases, the optimal circadian rhythm for you is almost certainly a lot earlier than you think it is. A couple years ago, there was an amazing, groundbreaking study, and a very unusual study that's almost the polar opposite of the typical, study in a laboratory, researchers in white coats sort of thing. And they essentially just sent them on a camping trip. They sent them into the Colorado Rockies and had them camp out with no sources of artificial light whatsoever. And it turns out that within a matter of literally just a few days, their circadian clocks shifted dramatically. So this was one of the media reports on this study, and they said, to a person, the time spent outdoors during the day and night restored a natural sleep cycle, turning even night owls into early risers. When the research team looked at the data, they found that all 8 participants steadily shifted towards a sleep schedule that more closely mirrored the setting and rising of the sun. The researchers noted that the campers spent the same number of hours asleep each night as before the study, but the time they went to bed and the time they woke up shifted by about 2 hours earlier. Literally within a few days of being on a camping trip, this ingrained pattern of years of going to bed and waking up at a certain time shifted by 2 full hours within a few days. So this was the study in current biology. It's called entrainment of the human circadian clock to the natural light-dark cycle. And the point of this is to say that your optimal bedtime is probably 1 to 3 hours earlier than you think it is. So why does this matter? If they're sleeping the same number of hours each night, either way, why does it matter what their bedtime is and their wake time is, their chronotype, their rhythm? Well, here's why. It's because if you are not actually aligned with whatever your true biological rhythm is, you will then have a disrupted circadian rhythm, a disrupted biological clock in your brain that regulates all kinds of neurotransmitters and hormones that affect your mood, your energy levels, and your sleep quality, and so much more. In fact, dozens of diseases are linked with disrupted circadian rhythm as well. But here's a quick list of factors that will massively affect your quality of life that are linked with a disrupted circadian rhythm: insomnia, anxiety and depression, poor mental and physical performance, being overweight or obese, the propensity for fat gain, strongly linked with circadian rhythm, and of course, chronic fatigue and tiredness and lethargy. And of course, when you optimize your circadian rhythm, you have all the opposite effects. You have deep restful sleep, optimal mood, peak brain performance, you have a propensity for fat loss, and of course, you have high energy levels. So circadian rhythm is massively important. And sleep and energy levels are connected via the circadian rhythm. These are 2 sides of the same coin. So when you have deep sleep, that leads to high energy levels. And when you have poor circadian rhythm and sleep habits, you have poor sleep. And then, of course, we all know that if we are not sleeping well, we're going to have poor energy levels. But most people have this going on at a subtle, non-noticeable level all the time. They're living chronically with the effects of a disrupted circadian rhythm, chronically with the effects of poor sleep and poor energy levels, and that's just their normal. They don't even realize that they actually have a disrupted circadian clock that's massively impairing their sleep quality and their energy levels all the time. So again, critically important to understand, most people, especially if you're a night owl, you're probably going to bed 1 to 3 hours later than what is actually optimal for you. And you're paying the price for it in terms of all these negative effects that I just mentioned. So if you're feeling like this is resonating with you, if this makes sense to you, if you've been struggling with your sleep, if you've been struggling with your daytime energy levels, I highly recommend going to check out our sleep and circadian rhythm optimization protocol. You can find it at theenergyblueprint.com/sleep fix. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you again very soon.
And
So one of the biggest questions that a lot of Piggy players have is who exactly is
hope you enjoy and bye guys. guys. I'll fix this for you anyway.